Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 26th through August 1st. And during that time, we have a waxing gibbous moon to get us started. We've got a card coming out here already, so we will take that card. We have a waxing gibbous moon to get us started. And waxing gibbous is a time for us to show that we can be flexible and make adjustments in those things that we're working on. We also have the full moon that comes in on the 30th. And the full moon can be a time where maybe you're feeling a little heightened emotions. You might feel overwhelmed and a little bit anxious, but some of us might feel just a greater amount of energy. I know that I do. When I have the full moon, I get a lot of things done. I don't sleep a lot, but I do get a lot of things done and my energy is very high. I might be a lunatic, right? So, however that hits you, make sure that you deal with that accordingly. We then have the waning gibbous, of course, just after the full moon. That's a good time of self reflection and rebirth, a good time for us to make positive changes and to have the potential to grow. So, get rid of bad habits, negative thinking, and just continue working towards those things that we started during the new moon. So, this will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Taurus. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message that flew out very early is that you need to balance spirituality and practicality. So that card really wanted to make an appearance today for you. So make sure that you are taking that advice there from from the Moon Oracle deck. And as I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week, Taurus, is that you try to take some time to get out into nature. I mean, here we are in the full swing of summer, so either get out and catch some of those summer sun rays that feel so awesome right now, or if you're out at night, get out and see that night sky. We've got the big full moon coming up. Find a place to take a hike or just get out and sit in the park and feed some ducks. Maybe that's a nice thing to do. So whatever you end up doing, just try to get out and just really commune with nature a little bit. Close your eyes and just hear the sights and smell, hear the sights, see the sights, smell the smells around you. Just really take it in and try to connect and enjoy. So that is my fun weekly reminder for you this week. All right, let's get into this reading. Taurus, July 26th through August 1st. Balance spirituality and practicality. And your overall present energy this week is the Empress card. So the Empress, she is our ultimate creator, right? She is probably pregnant. So if that's something that you're watching, you may want to pay attention to that, because she is, of course, the creator of, she's the one that would give birth. She would enter into wanting to create life so that she could spend her long-term time being a mother, right? So it does, even though it's not always about pregnancy, many times it's about entering into long-term things, whether it be, a marriage or maybe a home that you're going to be somewhere long-term. It could be a career, could be a creative project, but it's something that you're going to not, it's not a blip on your radar. It's something that you want to make the commitment to enter into long-term. So if you're trying to balance being spiritual and practical, if you're making decisions when it comes to the Empress, that is a great idea to do that. You need to kind of think of all of those things when you're making those really big life decisions. All right, at your current situation right now is the Ace of Pentacles. So some new financial opportunity, and of course this could always mean, a raise that's coming in from work or a job offer, a promotion of some sort. It could just be that you scratched off a winning lottery ticket or hit something at the casino, right? But Ace of Pentacles is just about some new money that's coming at you this week. So be on the watch out for that. At the root of your situation this week is the Eight of Wands, which is that things are happening very, very rapidly for you this week. This could just be information coming in or things changing quickly, just kind of a busy week. And of course, again, with the full moon, sometimes that happens during a full moon where you just kind of feel overwhelmed because it just seems like a lot, like everything's a lot this week. So be on the lookout for that. In your recent past here is that you're feeling really happy with the 10 of Cups. That's one of the happiest cards in the deck. So you enter into all of these, all of the situation this week. You're in a good mood and things are relatively good. You've got money coming in. You've got things that are happening quickly, but you're going to have the heads up now to be able to manage and deal with that, right? on your mind this week is the Page of Wands. So you are nurturing something, some new passion. And it could be, again, that this is this Empress energy about building something long term or entering into something long term. So there is something that you're kind of cultivating right now when it comes to your passion, something that you're excited about. It's something that lights a fire under you and just makes you excited. So whatever that is, go ahead and continue to cultivate that. And if it means that you're going to enter into something long term, just take all the other things into consideration, right? What is just ahead of you this week? Seven of Wands, where you're kind of feeling like you against the world. It could be because of these wands coming in. Again, if things are coming in rapidly, and I mean like, it's like things at work, things at home, things with your friends. It's just there's a lot of things going on, and sometimes it's just things get a little overwhelming, and you do feel like it's you against the world, like you're the only one that can accomplish things. But this is when you reach out to your partner and to friends and family. Hey, I need a hand because the XYZ is going on, and I'm just overwhelmed. I need some help with it. So make sure you just speak up and ask a little. What is in your advice position is the Judgment card. So you know, judgment is really a card of things that you're newly aware to, right? It's you might have seen things one way and new information comes about and it just kind of there's like a shift, right? A shift in how you feel. So it's like a truth comes about, what am I trying to say here? Like a truth comes out, something surfaces, right? Something emerges so that you're like, oh, okay, I didn't have all the information. And so to make the correct judgment. So it seems like, this is either you making a judgment about something or you're feeling like you're being judged for something. So whatever that might be, it can go either way. And I think the advice is just to kind of be aware of that. Just be aware of judgment and how it can be negative and positive. So however that is for you this week, just pay attention to that. In what is beyond your control this week is the Four of Wands. So you definitely have got weddings on the mind. This is, of course, has been a very common card through June and July, and now maybe through August as well. It's the summer weddings. It's summer wedding season. You may be thinking about your own wedding. You may be going to a friend's wedding. You may be in a wedding, but it's on your mind to be thinking about weddings. You maybe just be getting a wedding gift for someone this week. So, something about weddings there. It's beyond your control for that to be on your mind this week. What is your secret desire or what are you trying to avoid? Is the Ace of Swords. So, it's either your secret desire to have an aha moment or some sort of mental breakthrough, or you just don't care about that this week. I doubt if it's the second. Usually it's like, we've got this Page of Wands. That's something kind of new, this Ace of Pentacles. So this is kind of just a breakthrough of a thought, of like an idea of something. And it could be related to, again, this Empress, something that you're wanting to build long term. Maybe just something comes to mind that you have a really big idea about. So we'll see if you need to cultivate that or not. In your outcome position is the Justice card. So again, with the truth, that there's some sort of truth that's just coming to light. Things are happening quickly. You're feeling a little overwhelmed. You against the world again. That could be the moon energy, but some sort of truth comes to light. Maybe it does change your judgment here. Again, that's what I was saying about judgment is just things come to light and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that. And it changes how I feel about something. So keep that in mind. I don't see that it's much like Aries, not a lot of dramatic things happening this week. These might be inner thoughts and you might just be kind of slogging through work and getting things done. Again, maybe you've got a wedding to go to on the weekend. You are thinking about something long term that you're building. So balance your spirituality and your practicality, and just get things accomplished. That's all you can do. What is hidden from you here, Taurus? At the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. So this would be about new love, new things that you love, which I feel like maybe you've already discovered because of that Page of Wands. So we're going to pay attention to new money coming in and new ideas coming in. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. For, again, I'm going to say kind of a bland week. There's not a lot going on, and that's fine. I feel like a lot of this is internal thoughts that you're having, internal feelings and things that you're having. It's not like an action-packed week. It's a thought-packed week, but maybe not action-packed. All right, final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Build on solid ground. So whatever, I'm going to go back to this Empress. Whatever it is that you are trying to build, of course, you're going to do that on solid ground. And that is to, keep practical things in mind and keep spiritual things in mind. It's just a good way to live, period. But make sure you're doing that so that you can build on some solid ground. What do you need to do in the way of self care this week? Self care for Taurus this week. And the card for you is the card called Passion. Light up your life by honoring your deepest desires. Well, there you go. It looks like you kind of are with that Page of Wand. And what are your deepest desires? What is it that you're trying to do long term? Sometimes that's hard for any of us to answer, and those things also change a lot. So, if you need to just take a moment again, maybe out in nature, and ask yourself that, what are my deepest passions? What do I care the most about? And how do I want to live my life so that my life reflects those things? So, Taurus, that's it. Again, I think this is a lot of inside thought week. I don't think there's a lot of just activities going on, which is good. So, enjoy that. Get yourself outside, go see the full moon, balance your spirituality and practicality. So, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way this week. Of course, if you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below. Let me know if something resonated, or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those also. And if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really kind of you. I thank you in advance for doing that. And if you've already done it, thanks so much. I see that there's a lot of repeat people coming back that do watch the readings every week, and I appreciate you so, so much. I really enjoy doing this, so it makes me happy to know that people are getting something out of them. So thank you so much for being here, Taurus. Good luck, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.